Alright guys, we are here with another vlog. Today I have someone who is a member of the Youth Media Council. He's a vlogger, he's a tech reviewer, he's done a lot. I'm sure that you have probably seen him in 2 of my videos that you have seen earlier. I see someone.
What's up, bro?
HAMI VLOGS is here, check it out.
And Local Not Local is here.
I kinda like
Alright, so here he is.
So, well, people, how you guys doing?
His signature salam, by the way. I wanted to do this was actually there was a lot of confusion with the social media platform about the licensing part, about what should be licensed, what should not be licensed, and that was the first question that came in my mind. That is my content, like, should I get a license for it? Should I not get a license for it? And a lot of vloggers who actually vlog, and a lot of people who sort of are influencers. So how do you work this out? Like, how do you work it? Like, how do you divide this crowd basically?
You start to invest in a license with the National Media Council when you are using your blog for commercial uses. Now let's cut clarity and give you more understanding. What do I mean by commercial? Whenever you get paid for a post, that's when you're using your blog for commercial use. Okay, so if at all you've been paid for a brand or brand's paying you for doing a vlog or for probably promoting a product, that's when you need to make sure that you have a license. The license is, and all the details is actually on nmc.gov.ae. that's the National Media Council website, and you can find everything right there. So I'm sure Local Not Local is going to include the link down below.
Yeah, I'm going to put the link down so you guys can check out the details and the nitty-gritty of all the problems.
Yeah.
Well, the basic thing is the commercial use. For example, now me being a vlogger, I go to places, I check out places, no one pays me anything, I don't get paid for it. It's just that I'm making a catalog sort of places, and you know, it's just personally I want to do this, and apparently people are enjoying it, so I love doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But there is no commercial benefit as yet, sort of speaking. So
Local Not Local is open to commercial benefits if anyone's looking, any brand managers.
Yeah, but that also depends on if I have to get a license or if I don't have to get a license.
You have to get a license if at all a brand manager is, comes to you and asks you for doing a promoted vlog. See, the thing is that why we or the National Media Council has come up with this is because authenticity. A lot of authenticity is being missed out when bloggers get paid to do vlogs. I mean, they are giving information, they are talking about a product, but what happens there is that it's something that's been asked them. I mean, they are being asked to do something, right?
Yeah.
To talk about something. It's a form of advertising.
Yeah,
know?
true.
So, and when a vlogger who has a huge fan base, say 1 million, 20,000, 30,000, irrespective of the number, they are enforcing or advocating a product to their audience, right? You're doing it out of passion. When I do my vlogs, I do my vlogs out of passion. But then there are vloggers who are in there who build that passion, but then now they're monetizing it, right?
Yeah.
When I say monetizing, it's not monetizing specifically through YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, like monetizing through YouTube is a completely different aspect of it, and commercial use by being paid by a brand is a completely different aspect. If you're being paid by YouTube, that means you're monetizing your content.
Yes,
that's when you do not need a license. I'm just adding more clarity.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
But when you are being paid by a brand, again, like I said, that's when you need a license.
So, for example, if someone is saying that, you know, come down and, you know, check out this place, there's a really cool place, which obviously we're going to go to a very cool place as well, and we are right now in a very cool place. Stay tuned for that vlog as well.
That's our collaboration, first collaboration together, Local Not Local,
yes,
and HAMI
that
VLOGS
would
together.
be amazing. Like, for instance, this one. This is not a paid content again, but we are going to place where, you know, it's recommended or something like that. And if we get a free coffee, would that be a payment?
No, that's not. That's basically a brand probably adding on or giving you something as an added value. Yeah. I mean, why not? It's a favor. You know?
It's a favor. Yeah,
it's a favor.
But if I'm not getting paid, or if I'm getting paid, how would the media council know that this person is getting paid or not?
So the first thing that we need to see is the National Media Council, when they set up the law on this particular bit, it's all about a trust. Especially when a brand approaches a vlogger moving forward after this month, they are going to ask the vlogger or the influencer for a license. If that person does not produce a license, then it is based on the brand whether they want to take this
risk or not. Okay.
If at all there is content, and content's being monitored right now, right? So we are all monitoring content. We all are there.
Of course.
There are people who also report such content to the media council as well. So there are different ways of getting in, in trouble.
There is always a way that they can get caught. So it's better that take a license and
do it.
And
you don't want to break rules and break regulations over here because everything's been done for the consumer. Keeping in mind that a person, suppose for example, a fan of mine is following me because he loves what I do. But then if I start showing him a product, I'm actually advocating that product. So it is also your responsibility as an influencer that you take upon yourself. And when you've got a license, you're taking things seriously. You're not just going into it just because you're getting paid for it. And honestly, I've seen costs, some really horrendous costs done by influencers that the license cost is nothing,
Well, yeah, I understand, for the very massive, big influencers who have more than 1 million followers, for them this is nothing. But for a person who has like a very few hundred followers or few thousand followers, it would be a problem for them if they are sort of getting into that full-time job with YouTube or social media. About the influencer, for example, a lot of influencers get like, for example, you also do tech reviews, right? So for example, if a brand says that, why don't you review my stuff, for example, so you review the stuff, but you're not getting paid from the brand. They just ask you to do this review or do that review, or we can give you this for like 1 day or 2 days. So in that case, will you have to get a license as well, or you don't have to get a license?
No, you don't have to get a license. So I do tech reviews. I'm also a TV presenter, so I do tech reviews on TV as well as on my vlogs. And when I do those, I've been given the product by the brand. What I do in return is basically mention the brand that I'm getting it from. So for example, if I'm getting it from an electronic store, I mention the electronic store because that's the kind of authenticity I want to create with my content. And that's the kind of authenticity influencers and content creators need to create. Because they're not getting this, they're not going and literally buying this mobile or the new camera that's come out, right? They're getting it from a brand. And the brand's giving you an unopened piece to review. I mean, that's content for you. So you're actually getting your daily bread and butter out of that, right? That's passion. And then when the brand expects you to basically give the item back, or probably they give it to you for free, then again, it's a completely different story after that, right? So it depends on how brands approach it. For me, I have been offered stuff for free to keep after the review, but I don't keep them because I like to keep my reviews completely unbiased. So I don't want to be favoring any brand first of all. The second thing is that if at all you get things like these, then you can't talk negative about the brand. You can't talk about the cons. You only got to talk about the positive. So there's quite a pro and
basically you're telling me is when a brand gives you something to review, it has to be an honest review, and if they don't, like, basically paying is completely out of the question. If they pay you, that straight away you have to talk about the brand, you cannot talk against the brand. So reviews are pointless. And in that case they have to get a license as well. So it's a lost situation for both sides anyway. So and you lose your audience as well, if you get sponsored like that. Influencers on Instagram. There are a lot of people, a lot of influencers who have a big following, and they get like if you see on the stories or their clothing, or some of them are fashion related, some of them are just brand related, and they give away free gifts. This instant, does the same rule apply as well? Like if they are getting paid, and the free gifts count as a payment or no?
So I'll tell you how this actually brings a very important topic out for it. Like even for me, example, when I started vlogging, I did a giveaway of an iPhone X. Really? Yeah, I got the iPhone X myself, and it's still with me because there's a certain set criteria for you to get the iPhone X. So if you subscribe to my channel, you gotta wait till it reaches this limit. As soon as it reaches the limit, I'm gonna do a draw and give out the iPhone X. So this is a gesture of me saying
iPhone X, by the way.
A gesture of me saying thank you to my followers, right? This is one way of doing it. So there are two kinds of influencers who work around this. First, who's giving a giveaway, personally bought. Second, given by a brand. Why? Because what they feel is, since I work at an agency also, I have a bit of a background, and we've done few deals like that, wherein we've given giveaways through influencers. Okay, it works out good for both ways, because influencers also get a better base in terms of building their following, and also the brand builds a bit of an authenticity through this influencer as well. So that's also another way to look at it. So that's
in this case, again, do we have to take the license for that, or don't need to do that?
If there is any mode of payment, then
gift is okay.
Gift is
payment.
fine.
So it's basically hard cash, which is what makes you get a license, right? You know, a lot of people are starting, like, you know, young on YouTube, you can say, and a lot of people, like from I think 2017, saw really big growth of vloggers and bloggers in the UAE itself. And since we're only talking about UAE, you know, suddenly there's a boom of bloggers and, you know, influencers, and they are not sort of a media people. They don't know how to advertise. I mean, like, I know one guy, he does really amazing food reviews, but the thing is, he doesn't even know how to work on AdWord, like, you know. So what would you say is the best way to promote your own content, and how do you go about doing that?
The best way forward for me, I would say, would be giveaways. That's one way to do it. For example, your food reviewer, if at all, he could give out food vouchers, you know, or probably a meal for two or whatever. It's important to know exactly how advertising works as well. I mean, with this whole Facebook thing of data being leaked and all that stuff, it's so important that people realize and educate themselves with what exactly happens. Like I said, I am responsible for the information I put out there on my Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, and Instagram. I am responsible, not the platform, right? The platform is just giving me a means to put the content.
What I mean is, like, you know, okay, obviously there are straight ways, like, you know, you have the Google AdWord for YouTube, then you have Facebook, you know, you can promote your content. It is kind of expensive for a lot of people who want to promote their content, and, you know, it gets you certain likes, but you don't get following or you don't get subscribers. It takes time to do that, right? Like, for example, my content, like, I don't have a specific target. My target is only everyone who is coming to UAE, who's living in UAE, or who wants to come to UAE. It's sort of about UAE. So things to do around UAE, this is my content, and it's quite general and it's quite vast as well. What would be the best way? How do you promote all that? How do you promote your stuff, for example, on Facebook?
For example, like, if I have to say, I use Facebook advertising to reach out to the right audience. My content varies from anyone to everyone. Reason being, if I'm doing tech reviews, I want to specifically target those tech heads who really want to see the review. For example, if I'm doing something on a mobile, I'd make sure that those people who have the previous model, you know, are probably wanting to see if that kind of
you can find that out.
Yeah, you can find that out. So you know, things like that. So
your information is really out there, by the way.
so it's all all those kind of stuff, right? So for example, if I'm targeting somebody, I'm Apple, and I want to put out my advertising on the iPhone X. I'll target people with the iPhone 7 Plus, the iPhone 8, the iPhone 8 Plus, the iPhone 6, the iPhone 6 Plus, and there are people who use those old mobiles. You know, and you'll get a number as well from most of these social media platforms of how many people are there within that base. So so that's how advertising works, right? When it comes to your previous question with regards to the platform in specific, so how I do it, like I said, I use Facebook advertising, I use Instagram, I use Twitter. I also have a bit of a fan following. Actually, most of my fan following is on LinkedIn as well. I've got about 4,300 plus followers.
Wow, and LinkedIn is pretty big now.
And that's completely organic. I've not invested a single penny in LinkedIn, right? It's all organic because I started working quite earlier and stuff like that. And I have a mixed background for media, acting, TV, and stuff like that. But the whole point is that if at all you're not being able to advertise, you still need to learn, right? You need to have an idea about it. And the biggest and the most easiest source for that is YouTube. You can just go onto YouTube and exactly know how to advertise.
That's true.
On Facebook, social media, and stuff like that.
That's actually the best platform for me personally to find any information. Like, I think this is the second most search engine, I think.
Of course.
YouTube is the second most search engine. So,
you know, I respect YouTube is because there's so much content from so many content creators. I learned editing off YouTube. I started vlogging September 2017. I did not know.
Same here.
Yeah, so I did not know A to Z of editing.
Yeah,
and I
same here.
learned everything of YouTube. It took me 3 hours, and in 3 hours I learned how to edit videos.
Yeah, well, yeah, I sort of learned it by a lot of people, and you know, the brace.
Yeah, so Tabby Boy is a big influence on people.
He's easy. Anyways, so guys, I'll put on his link as well. His YouTube channel as well, and you know, you guys can follow him. He does a lot of tech reviews, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are into tech, so he's there, and his vlogs are pretty entertaining, and some of his vlogs are pretty passionate about social media, and recently he done one about all the Facebook thing. He has his own views, and you know, it's very interesting to see those views as well. Anyways guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog, and thank you very much for, you know, giving me your precious time. By the way, this guy is busy 24 hours. It's very hard to get him, so I actually cornered him in this. Literally, it's a corner, and I cornered him here, and I told him, let's do this. So guys, here is everything about you know, social media, licensing and everything. I hope this is helpful for you, and hopefully we will do a vlog together. Till then,
Before we go,
okay, what is it?
Before we go, I just want to say something very important, guys. You need to follow Local Non-Local. He does a lot of cool stuff across UAE, and he's been building his base amazingly well. Most important bit is that you need to understand that this guy is really authentic for whatever places that he goes to. He really gives out some really cool videos, because you've been telling so much about me. I need to tell about you. You know? It doesn't seem right for you to talk about yourself. So, yeah.
Well, that would be great.
And do check out the link that is for the National Media Council for more information on license. Please contact them on their social media platforms. They're super active, and they'll be able to answer all your queries. I'm just giving you just of information that I know.
Yeah, actually it's very important for everyone who is actually an influencer, or maybe your friend is an influencer or a vlogger or anything. In UAE, this is very important, and this is going to start very soon. So I think this is something that, you know, you guys should check out on the website, and it is very important that you guys do. Anyways, till then,
do whatever you want to do.
Keep watching Local Non-Local.
And HAMI Vlogs. Cheerio.